What's happening, everybody, and welcome back. We got the old Jeep back out here in the shop. We're going to do a little lighting upgrade on it because everybody keeps saying how much better the new LED replacement bulbs are for, these older vehicles and stuff, saying how they're just brighter and cooler and every other thing, just saying how great they are. So I got a set. We'll go ahead and try them in the Jeep and see if they really are as good as everybody says. Out here in the country, when it gets dark, it's like pitch dark. So we got tons of deer and wildlife running across the road. So having extra light or more light or clear light, white light, whatever is always a benefit. So we're going to see. I think that my D150 even uses the same 5x7 inch, glass sealed beam bulbs as this does. So if this turns out good, maybe I'll put it in the D150 too. So these are the ones that I got. Truck Mall, 5x7, 12 volt, whatever, DOT. So, yeah, anyway, that's them. Kind of an interesting look. I don't know. All black. We'll see how it looks in the old Jeep. But, yeah, I don't know what these things are going to be like. I don't know what the light pattern is going to be like on them. Looks like it comes with a pigtail. So I'm not really sure what the pigtail is for right now. Different color wires on it. So I don't know if this is an extension or what. They're not like weather pack connectors or sealed or anything like that. They're just, spade terminal connectors in there. Same with this one. So I don't know. We'll just have to see what it turns out like. I was so excited to put in the new headlights. I forgot to take it for a test drive. I waited for it to get dark outside and everything and almost just started putting headlights in. So we got to take this thing for a drive, see what these old headlights are like out here in the wild dark of the Michigan night or whatever. So we're going to give it a shot, try to compare the two. So we're going to go out here and check it out. I guess we're not right now. One on there, one on there. Maybe now? Hey, there we go. Still running like a dream. Alright, so I'm going to do the best that I can. Obviously, this is a phone. It's not like the best at like low light. But we're just going to use this brush pile up here. This is a burning pile as a comparison. So I won't touch the camera settings or whatever. We'll just hopefully see if it just picks up enough that we can see. So yeah, I mean, we can sort of see out there. We'll take it out on the road and get a good look at it. This is with the brights on, with the brights off. So you can kind of see the two stripes there. And yeah, we'll take it down the road. Hopefully you guys are able to see something. This is with the brights off. This is with the brights on. If there's any kind of like weird blurry effect or whatever, that's the windshield. That's not the camera. Because if you'll remember, I did a video a while back where I kind of restored this windshield with some buffing compound and a buffer. So, that's why it looks a little bit kind of blurry a little bit. But yeah, this is about as good as the lights are at night. So not the best. I mean, they're okay. They're better than what's in the Dodge, that's for sure. But I think we can do a little bit better, hopefully. The camera's actually way brighter than the lights actually are, so the exposure is kind of up on it a little bit. But you sort of see the light pattern on the road. Kind of goes into this ditch more than it goes over on the left side over here, so you don't blind people or whatever. But a lot of the LED bulbs that I've seen, the pattern is real funky on them, and there's real bright spots and then there's really dark spots. So I guess we'll just have to see. You're kind of getting to see what these things look like normally. It's pretty dark. The brights are on. You can't really see right now because there's no street signs, but if there were street signs up there, we'd be able to see them already because these things are shining pretty far. Maybe see like a dot down the road or whatever. But it would definitely blind oncoming traffic, so I can't just run around with them on. So this is essentially the way that the lights look when I'm just driving it around. They're pretty dim. It's hard to see deer, hard to see all the little critters and cats and coyotes, skunks, and every other thing that we've got out here. So you can see down the road. You know, we've got some. It's reflecting pretty good. So these are the original lights. We'll go back and we'll you know, stick the new LEDs in there and see if they're nice. Hopefully they are. I'd love to have some more light on the road, that's for sure. All right, so the little retaining screws for this ring are behind this entire piece, so we got to pop out a couple of these little marker lights and this little bezel here to get underneath there, and that takes off that silver outer retaining ring. There we go. So this bezel comes off, this entire thing, and there we go. You can see we've got these little retainers. There we go. 4 of those little screws. This whole ring pops off, and that's all that holds the bulb in. So the Sylvania H6054ST. You just unplug it right there. And there we go. One sealed beam headlight unit. Again, if you're unfamiliar with old cars, this is how they come. They're not ultra bright, but they worked. And here's the new one. So DOT, SAE, whatever it is. I'm not sure why it comes with this pigtail. So maybe I should actually like read what it says. All right, I'm not exactly sure what this thing is for. It must be a jumper in case you can't reach like the bulb for whatever your vehicle is for. You need a little bit more depth in there or whatever. So I don't need that with this vehicle. So we'll go ahead, plug them in. There we go. And it's as easy as that. Yeah, ring fits on there nice and snug. Let's go ahead and put them in. Well, I guess I should see if they even work. Let me go turn the truck on, turn the lights on. There we go. Wow, they're quite a bit. Wow, they're a lot different of a color. Well, the color is super different. That's the LED. Now I'll step out of the way. Look at how yellow that is. That's this one, the old school one. So there's that versus the new LED. Quite a bit brighter. Man, look at the difference. So I don't know. We're gonna see. Let me finish putting this thing together. All right, there's one. It is plastic. It's not glass like the other ones, but I don't guess it would matter as long as water doesn't get in it. So I'll knock this side out real quick and be right back with you. So what do you think so far? Do you like the blacked out alien eye LED looking thing? Or are you kind of more of a classic, person that likes the glass? It's kind of a silvery white, the old school glass style bulbs. I kind of like the old school glass bulbs, but I do understand why people want the LEDs. They don't use nearly as much current. So if you got a lot of accessories in your vehicle, that just frees up a lot more, power for you to use. It doesn't work your alternator quite as hard and stuff. And they don't get as hot and whatever. They're a lot brighter and a clear, crisp white. So, I do understand why people go with them. I don't know if maybe there was a different color choice I could have chosen that didn't give it the blacked out look. I think this would look great on a black vehicle, but since mine is all white, kind of the classic glass looks good to me. Let me know in the comments. Well, I'm glad I decided to do this because this is how I found this thing. It is like almost unplugged. So I'm glad it's still hanging on there, but man, not by much. So yeah, I'm glad I decided to do this before I was out on the road and it started like blinking on and off and stuff. But anyway, yeah, we'll go ahead and stick this other one in there. All right, so that's them. They're all installed. I guess I don't know, they're kind of growing on me when they're both in there at the same time. They don't look too bad. I do wish they were kind of more of like a white or like a mirrored background. to kind of fit the truck a little bit more. But it is what it is. All I care about is the performance of them. I mean, it's not bad for a $200 Jeep, but whatever. So we're going to go take this thing outside, see what they're like, if it starts. Oh yeah, there we go. Man, they're bright. All right, we'll give them a test. Actually, before we take it outside, let's see what the bulbs actually look like when I turn them on and then hit the brights. Yeah, I guess you guys can see it all right. It's like the top and then the sides. And then I guess the bottom one comes on for brights. I mean, it looks so different on the camera than what I can see. So it looks like the two side ones and then the top one for the normal beam. And I guess the high one is that bottom beam. Yep. All right, let's go for a ride. All right. So this should be the same camera settings. You can see it's got that weird foggy kind of, you know, blur or whatever. That's just the windshield. I can't do anything about that right now, so they are quite a bit brighter. This is the same camera setting that I had it on before. This is low beam. High beam. Man, they are bright. So I'll put a little clip of the footage from before in here. I think it's quite a bit brighter. I mean, it definitely looks brighter to me. We'll take it out on the road and see what they're like. These things are crazy bright. I might have to adjust them. Yeah, I think I do, because I'm like shining up into the trees and stuff. So apparently they're not plug and play. You do have to readjust them, which makes sense, I guess. You know, it's a totally different technology. So, man, they're bright. So let me get up here on a little away from the houses a little bit, and then I'll try to adjust them down some. Got to remember how to adjust them. You turn it out, drops it down. Yeah, you can see where it is now. It's kind of pointing right down there. I'm having flashbacks from the last time we did this. I think it was the same road in the same spot. Yeah, it looks pretty good. That's with the brights on. Oop, that's the tilt. Where's it at? There we go. Yeah. All right, I'm basically blinded from staring right into those lights. That's brights. I can hardly see anymore. Normal lights. Brights. Yeah, they're quite a bit nicer. And there isn't any, there aren't even any like weird patterns on the road. It's just a line of light. So, I mean, that's pretty nice. Like I said, some of the other lights that I got, the light pattern was really strange on it. So I've actually bought lights, you know, for different vehicles and sent them back in the past because the pattern was just so weird. It was disorienting to drive it. All right, I just spun around. See the weird reflection from those lights? Yeah, I need to get a new windshield. Polishing it out with what I did before. I'll leave a link to the video if you want to watch that. That would probably fix any other windshield, but since this one was just so screwed up, like super duper scratched, I don't think there was any coming back from that. But at least I could drive it now. Before, I wouldn't have even been able to drive this thing at night like I do now. It was just too scratched up. But I'll tell you what, these lights are pretty nice. I mean, the brights do exactly what they're supposed to do. You see down here, kind of there's that profile of the light on the ground. And then up here, sort of, you can just see that when I kick on the brights, it just illuminates down the street. It doesn't really change the pattern down here at all. It just shoots light down the road farther. So these things are pretty nice. Definitely way brighter than what I was expecting. But yeah, there's those signs down there. You can definitely see a big difference on how they're, how they're reflecting. A ton of light for sure. All right, this is pretty much exactly what I'm seeing on my screen is exactly what I'm seeing like in real life. So we're gonna take this thing kind of out in the back and see what it'd be like if we were off-roading. It's just nothing but water. Yeah, this is just a swamp right now. I don't want to get the Jeep too muddy. Call me a sissy, but this thing has no inner fender wells right now, so I don't want to just get it totally slopped up. Yeah, that's about it. That's about what I can see. It's a little bit brighter in spots, but I can see the trees out there in the distance. I think you guys can see that too. The lift should be able to be installed in about a week, so then I'll be able to take this thing, get it up in the air, and do all of the stuff that I need to do to finish it up, so I can take it off-road and not just fill the entire inner fender wells with slop. I think I need a little bit stiffer spring on the accelerator too. It's a little bit bouncy. But yeah, these lights are great. So there it is, one more upgrade down on the old Jeep. She's really coming together. A little bit of mud down the side, but no big deal. It does not have any inner fender wells or inner fender liners on it, so all the mud just splashes right up and goes into the door jamb and everything, so that's why I didn't really want to take it out in the mud. Not to mention it makes it hard to cut the field out there when there's a bunch of ruts in it. Other than that, I think they look pretty good. They're kind of growing on me. I don't mind them as much as I did before. Maybe, just having them both in there, pretty nice. So what do you think? A nice upgrade? I think so. They're way brighter than I thought they would be, so it's definitely nice to have that, especially at night around here. I quit riding my motorcycle at night because of the deer, and if I ever hit a deer with this thing and tried to claim it on my insurance, they would just laugh and total the whole thing out, and I don't want that. I like the truck a lot. I put a lot of time and effort into it, so I really want to keep it around as long as I can. If you want to see a build playlist where I transform this thing from a junk $200 like shell with blown engine, two-wheel drive, all that stuff, to what it is now, you can watch that, playlist up there. Like Johnny Cash says, one piece at a time. So incremental upgrades as I go along, and it's coming out pretty good. So I'll probably throw a set of these lights in the D150 because that thing needs a light upgrade too. And if you want a light upgrade, you can check these out in the video description. There'll be a link for them down there if you want to get a set for yourself. Other than that, yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.